Now, with that said, we're not done.
The important thing is that we won.
Yeah.
Here, boy. A letter. An Imperial General asked me to give it to you.
Oh no, don't tell me.
A letter? Let's see it.
Does she plan for this in case?
It looks like it's from Hubert, Edelgard's vassal.
If you are reading this letter, that means I have perished. As Her Majesty would never surrender to another, I can only assume she has fallen as well. It greatly pains me to think of this coming to pass. That said, as the survivors, I must ask you to settle certain affairs in our stead.
Okay.
You must destroy the threat that slithers in the dark.
Yeah, kinda on that.
I am sure you must recall Monica and Tomas. Their allies yet live.
I am very aware. I was pushed off a cliff personally by one of them.
They hold deep resentment against the children of the goddess and the people of the world. And they are biding their time until they can exact revenge.
The children?
If left to their own devices, it is certain they will eventually bring unimaginable calamity and suffering to the world. I detected their sorcery when you took Fort Mercius. I have deduced the location of their stronghold, Shambhala. You will find its whereabouts enclosed. There is no question that they are the enemies of everyone in Fodlan. Do not allow yourselves to forget that. Lastly, while I cannot say she is in good health,
Shoot.
the Archbishop resides in a secret chamber in the Imperial Palace.
Well, why keep her alive if she is really part of...
I have shared the location of the entrance to that secret chamber with the person to whom I have entrusted this letter. I believe that Her Majesty will be victorious. Even still, I must plan for her defeat as well. If you wish to lead this world, I challenge you to rise to the occasion and surpass my estimation of you.
Jeez, we beat you. I don't understand.
Such is your obligation as the victors. And the only fitting tribute to all that Lady Edelgard sacrificed.
Yeah, I need to see. You don't. That letter would not get me to move. I do my own stuff, and they were my enemy to begin with.
Hubert. To leave a letter like this behind.
But yeah, respect to Hubert for leaving a letter like that. Understand though, I am still quite angry at them.
You were a better man than I believed you to be.
Yeah, Clyde, you always echoing my thoughts, man.
So, Rhea is alive, and the fight isn't over yet.
Yeah, I knew that.
Those who slither in the dark. It sounds like Fodlan will never know peace unless we defeat them.
Like, we have okay, in all fairness, we could have lost Lysithea and lost that conversation entirely, so this letter had to exist. Still though, Lysithea gave us quite the impression of them, and I saw them firsthand.
The allies of Monica and Tomas. Well, we knew about them already.
Yeah.
I think it's safe to assume this is the same group who used Lysithea for their blood experiments.
Claude, my spirit animal in a sense.
And they were also responsible for the javelins of light that destroyed the fortress.
Yeah.
But who were these children of the goddess who they supposedly resent?
I imagine those are the Saint Thesseline and Saint Keyhole and, Saint Macule. Is it Macule? Is he one of the four? I think so.
There's just not enough information here.
Or...
I don't suppose there's any chance that this is his idea of a prank. If so, wow, good one.
Nah, Claude. But, it could also mean the crest bearers. Yourself and myself. Lysithea, Marianne, and Flame. Definitely Flame.
Hubert, rather than writing a letter, you should have just told us before we fought.
Right? That's the thing. It's like, if they're so gung-ho, talk to Claude. Yeah, we got questions for Rhea too.
Right. We still don't know for sure if this letter is telling the truth. Let's go find out.
Gee, just this whole arc, or this whole...
You have come to save me.
Oh, I thought you'd be in your dragon form sealed. How did they keep you trapped, Rhea?
Is this a dream? I have longed to see you again, all this time. Is it truly you?
Her ears. I am just now noticing. Yo, we need to see Flane's ears. Have we been able to see Flane's ears?
Claude, I can see you have grown into a reliable young man.
Goodness, what happened? Like, we need details. They couldn't have just kept the dragon, sealed.
Thank you for supporting the professor. And for rescuing me. Surely the protection of the goddess has...
Wait, Rhea. What do you know about the children of the goddess?
Yeah, Claude, we're getting down to business, man.
Children of... What is this about?
Rhea, we need to know. Like, at this point...
Forgive my bluntness.
Yeah.
Someone from the Empire filled us in on a few things.
Yeah.
I know it must be painful for us to ask you difficult questions after such an arduous confinement. But we have no choice. We must defeat a secret enemy. Those who slither in the dark.
Yes.
Do you know about them?
Those who slither in the dark.
Apparently, they resent the children of the goddess and the people of the world, and are planning something big. Something terrible.
Rhea?
They use blood for their wicked magic and are capable of dropping javelins of light from the sky, which are powerful enough to crush a fortress.
I have my hand on my sword, right? Oh, I shouldn't. That would clearly make her uneasy. Let me just be calm for now. But she's making me a little worried right now.
If you can think of anything at all, please tell us now. We need to know as much as possible about these enemies in order to stop them.
Like, why isn't Seth here? He should.
This is the critical moment that will determine whether or not Fodlan falls. Can't you see that the time for secrets has passed?
Claude! My man, Claude!
It is true that there is a group of people who have slithered in the darkness and threatened the peace of Fodlan since ancient times.
Okay.
I am sure you have heard the stories of a man named Nemesis.
Yes, I have his sword. I should know about him. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say.
Nemesis, the King of Liberation. He's the hero to whom the goddess gave the sword of the Creator.
Nemesis was originally the leader of a group of bandits. He plundered the Holy Tomb and stole the remains of the progenitor god.
What? Oh, hold up. So let me just refresh myself on what I thought was the case. So the intro then, that must be Rhea, not Saros. Rhea, I think. Unless Rhea is Saros herself. She could be. Either way, Selthis gotta be Mother. I'm thinking, because I remember she gripped the sword tightly and said Mother. I didn't go back to look at that scene because just like I've been doing this stuff for over a year, I also want to not go back and make theories, It's like, if I don't remember, I don't remember.
When Nemesis appeared in Xanadu sometime later, he already wielded the sword of the Creator.
So Selthis was dead before him? Yeah, how'd he get it?
According to legend, the goddess gifted him the sword to fight against the evil gods.
Which just seems false.
I do not know how Nemesis obtained the sword, or why he appeared in Xanadu.
So Rhea, you were lying to the people all this time?
But he used that sword to massacre the people there, the children of the progenitor god.
Yo, can I get rid of this sword, please?
From their corpses, he gained even more.
This dude sounds like Anakin.
And brought war to Fodlan.
No, Anakin is probably much... It's like, Obi-Wan giving Anakin's sword to Luke, not realizing all the travesties he's committed with it. Anyways.
That's completely different from what the legends tell us about Nemesis.
Yeah?
A mere bandit, like Nemesis, would not have been capable of anything so monstrous on his own.
Aha! So Nemesis had accomplices. And those accomplices must have been those who slither in the dark.
Yeah.
They used Nemesis.
At least that's what I'm thinking so far.
And this time, they used the Imperial Army to once again bring war to Fodlan.
I don't know. Edelgard seemed to know something. Unless they told... Oh, don't tell me they told her.
I finally get it. And I even understand why Edelgard was associating with them. Just as they were trying to use the Empire was trying to use them.
How did that work out for them?
Rhea, there's still a mountain of things I need to ask you, and I will. But I'll leave all of that for another day.
Okay.
You must be weak after living in confinement for so long. Please rest for a while.
All right. That's fair, Claude. I agree with that.
My friend, let's prepare for battle. We need to strike Shambhala as soon as possible.
Yeah, because now that they know the Empire is gone.
You must not allow Fodlan's bloody history, the Red Canyon tragedy, to repeat itself.
What happened there? Okay, well, I'm pretty sure that's where Sotis died.
It occurs to me that we never got an answer from Rhea about the children of the goddess.
Yeah, that's why I was like, maybe being a little bit too hasty.
She did say that the people of the Red Canyon were the children of the progenitor god, so I suppose so. But those evil guys continued to plot their revenge even after the Red Canyon tragedy.
Hang on, if Rhea lied about... No. Rhea said the vision... She expected us to get a vision from Sotis, so I assume... Now I don't know what to believe, because that history is false. And yeah, they did. That's a good point, Claude.
Does that mean some of the children of the goddess, or their descendants, are still alive?
Definitely gotta be Rhea, definitely gotta be Flane, and I am pretty sure they would want me dead. Yeah. Definitely gotta be Rhea, definitely gotta be Flane, and I'm pretty sure they... I want to say Flane, because that's an interesting...
If there's something special about her blood, we can't rule out the possibility. What are these children anyway? And how are they connected to the goddess?
Well, I'm convinced Flane legitimately does not know.
I almost disappeared into the bottomless swamp that is my mind.
I do that so many times too, man.
I thought that after we defeated the Empire, I'd be able to see that sight I longed to see.
No. Not yet.
I've told you about my dreams before.
Yeah, I know.
I want to break down the wall separating Fodlan from the outside world.
But as soon as you do that, they could be conspiring to bring the people against you.
The sight I want to see lies beyond that. Honestly, it's a trivial thing to fixate on.
No, Claude, it's the whole reason we're fighting, man.
Just people, gathered in their towns, living out their lives together, sometimes laughing, sometimes fighting. But the people living there aren't just citizens of Fodlan. There are people from Dagda, Bridget, and even Dusker and Srang.
Yeah.
There could be people who were born in Almyra, or countries even farther east there, too.
That's a nice thought, man.
All of those people living together like it's nothing special at all. That's the side I long to see.
Yo, if Dimitri is more light than Claude, I'm gonna need to see some stuff from him. And if Edelgard is truly the most liked. If the two of them manage to beat, well, no, like I said before, I truly do think it's whatever house leader you start with first. There's the air again, 1 second. So, we'll see, but for me, like, I can't get much better than Claude, you know? Like, that's what I want.
It's so simple, but still so far away.
It's okay, man. Me and you, we got this. One step at a time.
But this is no time for complaining. We need to focus on capturing Shambhala. Let's hurry up and gather everyone together.
So, you mean to tell me that Fodlan will fall to ruin if we leave those guys
On the very serious side, Judith, what the heck did you do during that entire battle?
If this map is reliable, their base is just south of my family's territory.
Okay, so can we finally meet your brother?
This story is a bit much to believe. And yet...
It does ring true, somehow.
Remember Monica, the one who killed Gerald? And the old man who was masquerading as Tomas?
Kind of hard to forget them.
They were their allies. And the Flame Emperor and the Death Knight were merely their pawns.
I was wondering if the Death Knight was actually with them. So...
The people who were after my blood? They were also the ones who used me to conduct their blood experiments.
As awful as it sounds, they're seemingly fond of using blood in their secret techniques.
Yeah.
Ugh, that's really gross. I could never be friends with someone like that.
Yeah, Hilda was the one who scoped out Monica. She's like, yo, that Monica girl, she weird. Like, is that weird to anybody else?
I believe they were also responsible for the Javelin of Light that destroyed Fort Mercius.
Hold up, boy. Do you really think that we can win against such powerful foes?
Judith, you had no say in this conversation anymore unless you do something. But no. No, she really should. Like, why isn't she... What has she been doing? What has she been doing besides being counsel? And, we have no choice.
I don't know. But we have to try, don't we?
Yeah. No, I am not saying that.
We've really taken on something big. I wonder if our names will go down in history.
My heroic name passed down to future generations? A worthy cause indeed.
Well, we're doing more for the fame, Lawrence, but...
They were trying to use the Imperial Army to plunge Fodlan into war, but we nipped that in the bud. Now, we just need to tear out their roots. And I know we have what it takes to do it.
Like, from this route, it looks like Edelgard just messed up from every way, shape, or form. I mean, heck, if I do give credit to what Claude is saying, it would explain why she didn't talk to him. Because she wanted war. For whatever reason. But then, I can't see how anybody who knows the whole story, if that's the case, could support her. But of course, you'd have to play the other routes to even get that picture.
Part
Ooh.
2, Verdant Wind, Blue Sea Moon. The city without light.
That's an interesting one. Or interesting title.
Immediately following Edelgard's defeat, the Alliance army discovers the existence of another adversary, a group operating behind the scenes within the Empire. Claude suspects that if the true enemy is left unchecked, disaster will befall Fodlan, and so he cuts short the celebration and the troops head for Shambhala, where this foe resides.
Wait a sec. I've forgotten about something really important. My mom. I have one. Is she one of the children of the goddess?
I just don't get it.
What is it, Claude?
Those Javelins of Light. They were trying to use it to kill us at Fort Mercius, right?
Why don't they do it again?
But then why not drop it on Garreg Mach?
That's a good... Maybe it's protected somehow? I mean, I'd imagine Rhea, after knowing of them for so long, with no way to protect herself from it. That's a good question, though. I did not think of that.
They must have known for a while that we were here.
It is not that they chose to refrain,
Yeah.
but rather that they were unable to do so.
Wow, it's interesting having Rhea back.
Rhea, how are you feeling?
I am well enough. I cannot afford to rest while Fodlan is in danger.
All right, you know, I've been... To be quite frank, much of my distrust came from the fact of why so many people liked Edelgard. A lot of my frustration came from the fact that so many people liked Edelgard. It's like, that's precisely why I didn't even want to know what people's opinions were on her. Because if I found out she was the majority liked, and yet I kept seeing stuff that made me question that heavily, then, you know, that would cause frustration. A similar thing happened in Xenoblade, though it was more involved. Though I'm not angry at anybody now. Some probably did send me the link to the rankings, and that's how I even found out in the first place. And they said who the top 2 were, so I was like, okay, I might as well just see the rest.
What do you mean when you say they couldn't drop a Javelin of Light here?
Once, a very long time ago, a massive ball of light fell upon this monastery. However, that light mysteriously changed course in mid-air and landed in ALL instead.
ALL, the Valley of Torment. So that's what the wreckage of those Javelins of Light looks like.
And so then, and they said it was Celtis who did that.
The Holy Tomb is not only the location of the progenitor god's eternal slumber, but also a sacred vessel for a power that repels evil. Supposedly, the progenitor god built the holy tomb herself to protect her children from the evil light.
So this did?
So the children of the goddess gathered in Xanadu because of its proximity to the monastery? But we've fought at distant locations many times.
Despite that, the Javelins of Light only fell on Fort Mercius.
In his letter, Hubert said that he detected their magic when the fort fell.
So you're saying the Empire could tell when they're using it?
In other words, because they used a Javelin of Light, Hubert was able to pinpoint the location of their base.
Good point, Judith. Good point.
So they didn't use it before then because they didn't want us to know where their base is?
In any case, those Javelins of Light must be something they can't just use whenever they want. And they finally decided to use one at Mercius, where they were sure they'd be able to finish us off.
And deal a crippling blow to the Empire in case they betrayed them. Without the Death Knight.
It's only thanks to the whims of the Death Knight that we escaped with our lives.
Yeah, whims of the Death Knight.
And no Javelins of Light have fallen since then.
By the way, I should notice, you may have noticed I haven't really mentioned, the Death Knight was a... Well, no, I won't mention that anymore.
It's possible that the enemy hasn't yet realized that we've learned the location of their base.
If so, their guard may be down, which makes this the perfect time for a surprise attack.
Well, either way, we're going.
I will accompany you.
Rhea, can you transform?
What? No, that would be far too dangerous. Your long confinement weakened you greatly, did it not?
Those people have opposed us since ancient times. I wish to learn the truth about them for myself.
You don't even know. Edelgard, what did they tell you? What did they tell you?
I understand. I will not stop you, but please take care not to overexert yourself.
Rhea, if you're level 40, we might bring you in the party.
We don't know exactly what we're up against here, but having you around is very reassuring, Rhea.
Yeah, that is true.
Let's prepare to strike at Shambhala before they make their next move.
Right. So we're taking the month, because I could use the month. And since Rhea's back, can I get my Master Seals? Okay, good. Marketplace. Nope. No Master Seals for me. Okay. Let's explore. The sword tournament's still going. Not like that'll help. I mean, Claude and Hilda are more skilled. Alright. Oh, supports. Huh. Nothing. Fair, I wasn't trying to get supports during that battle. I was trying to make sure everyone survived.
Okay.
Alright, we'll start here then.
Really? Wow. Lady Rhea still seems weak, but at least she's safe now.
Yeah?
I'm praying that she'll be well as soon as possible. Goddess, I beg you, protect Lady Rhea.
I don't know who to believe now. With her last words, Edelgard cast suspicion on... Well, it's not just her. We also heard from that winged beast.
We have succeeded in rescuing Lady Rhea, but Seteth's countenance remains clouded.
What do you mean?
When will peaceful days return to this monastery? That time feels so distant.
Well, soon. Once we take care of the slithers,
Well,
we'll be good. Before I go... Birthday's coming up and I want to make her a gift. Which would be better, a hair clip or a necklace? Who is this? Oh, it's Hilda. I didn't recognize her. But it was Hilda.
these are Monica's people, aren't they? The ones who killed Captain Gerald.
Now that's what you should have been saying.
Then this is my real opportunity for revenge. There's no way I can back down from this one. No, I'm okay. Actually, I'm eager to get out there and fight. This is what I've been training for.
That's true. I mean, you of all people, I feel like don't have a reason to be scared. Glycythia's a beast, but she's a glass cannon. You're a tank.
I can still see Dedue's struggle when I close my eyes.
Oh, you were at the battle?
I don't know why he was so bent on destroying Edelgard.
What do you mean?
Now that we've completed our mission, I can only pray that his soul is accepted into heaven to rest in peace.
Isn't it obvious? Like, I am Confucius. I am very Confucius. Oh, let me just... It's been a while. Wait, I thought his grave was... There we go. Just want to stop by and say hi to my mother and father. There, I see. It's so weird having an orange dot on the map.
We finally got Lady Rhea back from the Empire and fulfilled our mission. I wish we could afford for her to have a good long rest, but that just isn't possible.
I mean, we kind of could, but... Like, we got a month?
Oh, I heard that Lady Rhea's back. But why hasn't she shown herself to everyone yet?
She's resting.
Oh, she's convalescing. Fair enough. She was in captivity for a long time.
Okay, I'll be honest. I have no idea what that word means. I'm gonna look that up.
She feels better soon.
As soon as we're done here.
So Lady Rhea was all right after all. Well done bringing her back safely.
Why would they keep Rhea alive if...
Finally, us true believers may breathe easy again. Simply magnificent. You're saying the fight isn't over yet?
Well, yes, it is not. But we're working on it.
The folks we're fighting next aren't normal humans, are they?
No, but neither was Rhea.
It's that group who caused the Javelin of Light to fall, right? It just doesn't seem like something a human is capable of.
And neither am I, now that I think about it.
I'm not prone to flinching, but I don't feel great about any of this.
You have plot armor, Judith. You'll be fine. You'll be absolutely fine. If you were actually in the party, then okay.
A mysterious organization, slithering in the dark of Fodlan, like something out of a midnight tale. It appears these fiends have infiltrated the deepest corners of the Empire. After the fall of Enbar, they've remained well concealed. That said, I would keep an eye on Edelgard's uncle, Lord Arundel.
Really?
Something about him sits ill with me.
You think her uncle was part of them? Well, that would explain a lot. Who gave her the idea to even remove her father from power? And now that I think about it, those who slid there in the dark could have orchestrated... I mean, they did. They were responsible for a lot of tragedies. That's why Dimitri wanted her head in the first place.
How's this? We saved Rhea and the Empire has crumbled. The kingdom may as well be finished too.
Yeah, if the territories are the... If Dimitri's territories are still fighting against Cornelia, then... Yeah, they're in no position to oppose us.
The reasons for me to remain in Fodlan are fading. Of course. I've come this far. May as well see it through to the end.
Alright. I don't need you leaving now.
Professor.
Now these guys actually do worry me. Oh, Tomas was easy enough, but...
Wake up, eat, train, eat, sleep. We gotta prepare for the assault, but that hasn't changed my routine.
Fair. It shouldn't.
All that training and eating I do is for the sake of Fodlan. Gotta stay strong and fed to keep it safe.
The way he said that reminds me of somebody, but I can't put my finger on it. I also realized we had mini battles and I didn't even use this. We had no stat benefits during the battle with Hubert or Edelgard.
I thought that taking the Empire's capital would bring an end to this war. How naive of me.
Were we not communicating? I should have been informing my soldiers, hey, we got many other enemies to worry about. Well, Lysithea knew.
I'll have to write to my family and tell them I'll be gone a while longer.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I'm sorry, but well, it's for the best. We're protecting your family. Oh, you know? Huh. Let's talk. Who else is over here? It's Bernadetta and Annette. You're in your room.
Finally, that awful war is over. Everyone lost something, and everyone had to make sacrifices.
That is true.
But maybe we can put a stop to all of this pain and loss now. Let's hurry to Shambhala, Professor. We have to defeat them if we ever want to see a world without war.
So I'm assuming all three of the routes will converge at this point. Bernie. I'm actually glad that she's at least here because I'll have a point of reference for the Black Eagles. Still though.
With Edelgard gone, maybe Fodlan will finally find some peace. That's all well and good, but, she was also the one to put my father under house arrest.
Yeah!
So now he's been released and he's taken charge of House Farley.
Oh! You appreciated her for that.
I can't handle it. I can't deal with him. Please, you have to do something. Thank you so much.
Yeah, don't worry, Bernadetta. He's not staying in power at all. Like, no. For the crimes of what you did to your daughter, I order you. Well, exile, I feel, is too good for him. But if she's fine with it, and she don't want him dead, I'll honor whatever wishes she wants. Now, Bernadetta is somebody who I'll honor her wishes for joining us despite, you know, everybody else not doing it. What promise did Petra make with Edelgard? Darn it. That's the reason she was fighting.
I have a thought. You've done it. You did it. You crushed the Empire and rescued Lady Rhea.
I did.
I'm sure the Captain is proud of you right now. As am I, of course. I'm as proud as if I'd done it myself.
But I'm not as proud because there was a lot of blood that was spilled in result of that. So, thinking about it, I could have possibly just warped myself into Edelgard's chambers. No, there was that beast there. I had to rely on a lucky crit. But theoretically, I probably could have done it. With Lysithea, I never even tried warp. Oh wow.
Sorry, I didn't mean to overdo it.
It's okay.
We still have to deal with Monica's group. Those who killed the captain.
Cause like, I'm glad everybody's like now coming back to that, cause that's been on my mind since she did it. Monica.
We'll knock them down so hard that they can't get back up.
Is the very thing. I will be honest about this. If it does turn out that Edelgard is somehow responsible with Monica, that I cannot forgive her for. I may understand her later, but that particular part, no.
I thought the war would end with Edelgard's defeat, but that wasn't the case. This may be premature, but I'm feeling a little relieved.
I've never seen you look like that.
I have to consider what I'll do with myself, and where I'll go when this war is finally over.
Oh.
I don't have an answer yet.
Well, I mean, if that brings you comfort, then okay.
Let's make sure the next battle puts an end to this war. That way, we can all move forward.
I can certainly understand still having a purpose and wondering what's left after that. Especially considering who you are. You're a noble. And now you know what your crest is. So. Gatekeeper, I need you, man. Talk to me, man.
Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report.
I'm glad.
I can hardly believe you managed to handle the capital city like that. Everyone did sterling work.
They really did.
I really thought we'd know peace after that battle. But we're not quite there yet, huh?
No, not yet. Not yet.
What the?
Oh, whoa. This'll either make or break my business. We did it. We defeated the Imperial Army. I can't believe it.
We won against the Imperial Army.
Oh.
I still can't believe it. But I guess we still have some enemies left. I'm not well informed, but I have plenty of fighting spirit.
Why aren't you well informed? I'm slipping on this.
We crushed the Empire at long last. But there's no time to bask in our victory. We must prepare for the coming battle.
Yeah?
We knew there was a secret group behind the Imperial Army all this time. Now we have a chance to make the first move against them. We have Hubert to thank for that.
We do. We do.
It's also thanks to him that we were able to rescue Rhea. I still have plenty of questions I'd like to ask her.
I do have respect for Hubert doing that. Makes it slightly better. But if I didn't specify, the reason I didn't like Hubert is because the whole point... You notice how I don't really get angry at the Death Knight. He's just a fearful opponent. And one I appreciate having around. Betrayal is one of the biggest things for me. I am the type of person who does not like hurting others and would rather hurt myself, you know, before I hurt others. Which is what makes my approaches, which you knew when I started diving into those depths I had truly lost. Because I'm also very optimistic. But I'm also a realist. I like to confirm or title myself as an optimistic realist. I know it's kind of contradicting, but it means I was very hopeful until the game flat out just basically said, alright, no. There's nothing you can do. Like when Petra showed up, I still tried saving her until I found out there was nothing I could do. And then I immediately made the change. It's like, okay, well, we gotta do what we gotta do. So, I say that to say that Hubert, I didn't know him that well, so when he joined Edelgard, I got the sense that, notice the other Black Eagle members didn't seem to be in the loop. So, for that moment, I was like, okay, let me get, they're still, I don't know what happened between those 5 years, but I know that I couldn't save them. They were in Edelgard's empire the entire time, so. And oddly enough, Bernadetta would have had to have heard whatever Edelgard said. And yet she still came to the class. Well, either way.
Well, if we plan to have her march into battle with us again, we'd better let her recuperate.
Yeah.
Rhea's the only one who gets a break, though. Everyone else had better start preparing for battle.
Only the person who's been locked up for 5 years gets a break. Don't matter everybody else, you gotta fight or start preparing. I mean, that's fair. That's fair.
How about...
Whoa. What? Whoa. Lawrence, what you doing?
You did it. I never thought I'd live to see the day that the Empire was conquered. I thought that would put an end to the war. But I hear there are still hostile forces to contend with. I hope you'll be able to put an end to this conflict and found a new Fodlan in which the free market can thrive.
Yeah, I'm all about the free market. Although it will be interesting to see goods from all different countries be transported everywhere.
Count Burgles, the Minister of Military Affairs, was applying pressure in the west, but he surrendered after the Empire fell.
Okay.
Cornelia of the Fargus Dukedom seems to have disappeared from the palace, and rather swiftly. They must have realized that the revival of the Old Kingdom was a real threat.
So she bailed. Okay. Well, good. Like I said, I don't want to fight her. That's Dimitri's opponent.
A mysterious power threatening the very future of Fodlan? Certainly we cannot give it leeway. In comparison to this, the internal power struggles in the Alliance are utterly trivial.
That is true.
Fear will serve no purpose here. The only path to survival now is victory. Perhaps I will have the opportunity to strike the decisive blow on the enemy commander.
Well,
that would secure my place in history for certain.
Lawrence, no disrespect, but this is kind of personal for me, so I want it like usual. All right, let's continue on the train. Oh, Ingrid. I wonder if the dude would have been here. Oh, her room is right here.
Is it really prudent to bring Lady Rhea on our upcoming expedition?
I'm mixed feelings, honestly.
It would be best not to have her doing anything strenuous, considering how long she was confined. There are still many in Fodlan who are seeking Lady Rhea's salvation. For their sake, we cannot put her in harm's way.
Oh, that was actually good. I don't want to get my rank up with Ingrid. Whose room is that? Who is she next to? Isolde? Oh, it's Marianne. She is never in her room. Wait, Hilda, oh, Hilda!
Shambhala, it was called, right? Scary that it's so close to the House Gonril territories.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Who'd have thought all those creeps were living right under my nose? I was hoping my big brother would help us in this next battle.
You gotta be kidding me, Hilda, what happened?
But he says that I can represent House Gonril without his help, that I have it in me.
I mean, you can. But do I need to order this man?
I'm glad he recognizes that I have some ability. Still, I wish he wasn't leaving it all to me.
I'm not gonna see him.
Excuse me, could you do me a favor?
I'm not gonna see him.
Shambhala, I'm glad.
Oh, I don't have the resources. Huh. Oh, Lysithea. Yeah, what do you have to say? This is personal. Actually, I might give it to Lysithea. All things considered. She's earned this.
Those who slither in the dark, it seems will finally discover their true form. I get the sense that they're in league with the mages who experimented on me as a child. I wouldn't be surprised if Edelgard was subjected to them too.
That's a question. Subjected? If it is true.
There's no telling what their true motives are. But whatever their motives, what they have done is unforgivable. They must be exterminated.
Shoot. You know? I never really gave that too much thought. If she was subjected to them, what if... Oh, okay. Alright, and suddenly I am starting to see a possible reason of how I could like Edelgard. Okay. Actually, things make sense. Alright. Lysithea gave me the final piece of the puzzle. I could not have done that in the state that I was, because, like I said, I didn't truly want to see Edelgard as anything but the enemy. Here's the thing. Her uncle possibly being in league with, or maybe the leader of those who slither in the dark. If that's the case, that means they are already deep into Fodlan. So, if that's true, and if it's also true that they experimented on Edelgard, that means Edelgard has been in pain and under their control, or under their thumb, not control, under their thumb for the longest time. So Edelgard decided she's finally had enough. And she wants to strike back at them, but she can't do it without, you know, she wanted to work with them because they were already, it's like, if she didn't, they would have gone about their plans without her. So she played, that's what I was missing. That is the one thing that would have, I didn't speak on that. I meant to speak on it before I got to this point. I was gonna say, if Edelgard felt that there was no choice but to do, I think I did say that, but to do what she did, that is a way I could forgive her. Shoot, right after all that happened, wow, I should have, I mean, I figured out that they might be, like, since there was a test for Edelgard, but if she was a victim too, that would explain the rank she has with Lysithea. That would explain why all of the Black Eagles are like, yeah, we have a true enemy, so we're gonna fight against it. But the thing about it though is Edelgard also mentioned Sothis. Now either way, if that's the case, one, it explains very heavily why people prefer or love Edelgard so much. If she's been like Claude, yeah, he's been through some trials, but nothing like that. Nothing like Lysithea's been through, and certainly nothing like Edelgard has been through. You know, I wish I had figured this out last episode, because I imagine the comments, well, either way. No, I felt that was the way I should have felt after that battle. I did not know her. And to be frank, I still don't. This is just theory food. Alright, Edelgard. If that's the case, then I will take back home. It would also explain her hardline actions. Can I forgive that though? I still think if she coordinated with Claude instead of thinking that she needed to do everything herself. Oh, I didn't even, wow, that's the world map. Whoa, I didn't even notice that. What am I looking at right now? What? Did that say Adrestrian? Huh. Interesting. Well, either way. Shoot, that is the one thing that could get me to like Edelgard. If she was... At the same time, though, it's complicated. Let's see what's in the other room.
Our next opponent is an ally of Solon. Do you remember what Solon called us?
Insects?
No.
Oh!
He called us beasts.
I wasn't trying to remember. That's right. How could I do that? I've watched the Monica scene so many times.
Meanwhile, he refers to himself as the savior. Who exactly is he saving?
It's possible his people are suffering. That's what I was kind of thinking.
Fighting against enemies whose true nature is unknown is honestly really scary. Still, if there's a force in this world that clearly means us harm, we have no choice but to fight back.
Yeah?
With our own hands, we'll safeguard Fodlan's future.
I am so glad that Rhea is unharmed.
I'm so cautious about Rhea, though.
My brother continues to worry about her, however.
Makes sense.
Of course, I am worried myself. I cannot imagine being in that situation while in such a state.
Is that why Edelgard kept Rhea alive? Because she didn't truly believe she was the enemy? No, Edelgard seemed like she spoke from the heart. Corrupt hypocrites.
She should just leave things to you and Claude and get the rest she needs.
Well, I mean, you're not wrong. We probably can't handle it, but it is a relief to have her here.
We rescued Lady Rhea. I can hardly express my joy. But now we know about a new foe who intends to bring her harm. In time, we'll realize the peaceful world that Lady Rhea has always hoped for. I'll have to keep that in mind when I'm fighting.
I'm still wondering how they kept her trapped for so long. Like, why couldn't she just bust out of there? I might find out with Edelgard's route. I imagine that's something they would explain there.
Lady Rhea's back! Lady Rhea's back! I'm so happy!
I'd imagine you'd be.
But things aren't gonna be like they used to be anytime soon, are they? There's still folks out there that want us all dead, and Lady Rhea still hasn't regained her strength yet. Speaking of which, Professor, please don't ask too much of her right now, okay?
I'm not doing anything. It's all on her.
Rhea is sleeping right now. If it is not absolutely urgent, please do not disturb her rest.
Yeah, no worries.
The long confinement took its toll on her health. Truthfully, she is in no shape to be exerting herself at all, to say nothing of a military expedition.
That's probably the excuse of why she can't transform.
To make matters worse, we are now facing a very old enemy. One that has conspired against us since time out of mind. Please proceed with caution. I have a bad feeling.
No worries, I got this. Now that I have nothing to worry about, none of the students, I've taken out everybody else who isn't in my house, or they have fallen. So all I have to do is business as usual.
Professor, I just got word from the opera company.
Oh, really?
I don't know if everyone survived, but it looks like they should be able to mount a revival.
That's interesting timing.
They even asked if I'd consider making a return to the stage someday. I suspect I may refuse, though. We're at the dawn of something new. No reason to look backwards, eh?
That's true. Well, I mean, I get that line of thinking. If the theory I had about Edelgard is true. But I don't know, and to be honest, I'm giving her that much benefit of the doubt because a lot of people like her. I probably wouldn't have if I was left on my own devices. Still though, we need this. We desperately need this. And now it's time for the question of the day. But before we begin, I want to speak on why Lysithea confirming or denying what she said. I still don't want that. Because the characters can be wrong. Biggest example I can think of is the Dew, saying that Edelgard might have been involved with the tragedy of Duscur. But yet we see her as the Flame Emperor saying, or expressing disgust at even working with those who were involved with the tragedy of Duscur and Inbar. That strongly hints to me she wasn't responsible. So, or Leone saying that Edelgard told Monica to kill our father, when in actuality it looked like Monica had a plan. We ruined it, and then she killed my father because he ruined her brilliant plan, according to her. So, using context clues like that, just because if Lysithea just so happened to get it right, that's not confirmation. That's only Lysithea's speculation. Lysithea's words mean as much as my words, you know? Until we have someone who actually knows what actually happened, then you can speak about it. Until then, we can't, which basically means, you know, for the most part, Edelgard is still a mystery. Even what she said at the end, that's not go ahead to speak about whatever it was that she was talking about there. I need to see her route to know her. Like, that's the whole reason they have 3 routes, I'm assuming. They made basically 3 different games. Let me play Edelgard's route and see it there. Alright, and I know it's not easy. I saw a comment on the episode where I was fighting the Death Knight, saying that it was taking them everything not to say stuff about Edelgard. And I know, but it's a weird kind of spoiler, because normally, you know, you watch something, it's linear, so, you know, not to speak about stuff that happens later. But in this case, I'm playing stuff that you guys probably would have found out early on, like the Black Eagles. They might have found out about Edelgard and her intentions a lot earlier on. But I never interacted with her, so I'm going through the same timeline, but, you know, it's still a spoiler, so I appreciate everyone's patience, and I feel like this episode showed how I can pay off, because you can see me putting stuff together in this episode and being more willing to accept it. Because I'm just going to tell you, if you guys tell me, if I am spoiled on what Edelgard's true intentions were, I'm probably just going to want to hate her after that, because I will be mad at the fact that you guys spoiled me on that. And I already have a negative opinion of her, so my bias would make me feel like, okay, no, I'm probably just gonna dislike her at all. Versus in this episode, I was like, oh, okay, alright, if that's the case, then I can really like her. So let the process play out, and let Edelgard defend herself, okay? Now, with that being said, I kind of derived a question of the day from that, and it's, how would you rank the main Golden Deer members from most intelligent to least intelligent? Because I was thinking, you know, some opinions might have more weight than others, but still, that's kind of where I derived the question of the day from. I imagine some are going to be obvious, but others are going to be harder, which is why I asked for all of them. Because if you said the smartest, I'd probably exclude Claude, and I think Lysithea would just be the #1 choice. I mean, she's kind of a prodigy. You know, it's kind of her thing. Reason, she has a skill that she learns stuff faster, so it's kind of hard to debate that one. But anyways, please post your thoughts down in the comments below, and I will see you all next time.